Every gardener dreams of a lush, thriving garden where vegetables, herbs, and flowers flourish without the constant backbreaking battle against weeds. Yet for most, the reality is hours of pulling, hoeing, and endless frustration. Here's the game changer. The Amish have mastered a way to keep gardens virtually weed-free without tilling. No noisy machines, no endless herbicide sprays. Just a time-tested method that makes weeds disappear and soil fertility skyrocket. Once you learn their secret, you may never look at gardening the same way again. Many gardeners believe that tilling is the best way to prepare soil. It loosens the ground, mixes in compost, and creates a fresh seed bed. But here's the hidden problem. Every time you till, you bring dormant weed seeds buried deep in the soil up to the surface. Once exposed to light and air, those seeds wake up and explode with growth. What looks like a clean garden bed quickly turns into a patch of stubborn weeds. Tilling also damages soil structure, dries out beneficial organisms, and weakens long-term fertility. The Amish avoid tilling altogether, and that is the foundation of their weed-free success. The Amish method relies on nature's own armor, mulch. Instead of turning the soil, they keep it permanently covered with organic material. This blanket blocks sunlight, which weeds need to germinate, while also conserving moisture and feeding the soil as it breaks down. Mulch is not scattered lightly. It is applied thickly, up to 6 to 8 inches, and maintained throughout the growing season. Straw, shredded leaves, grass clippings, and even old hay are commonly used. The key is applying enough depth so that light never reaches the weed seeds below. If weeds cannot see the sun, they never sprout. And for those few that do manage to push through, they are weak and can be pulled effortlessly by hand. Beyond mulch, the Amish use a simple, powerful spray to eliminate young weeds and keep pathways clear. Unlike chemical herbicides, this formula is natural, inexpensive, and safe for your garden when used carefully. Here's how you can make it yourself. 1 gallon of water, 1 gallon of white vinegar at 5% acidity, 1 cup of table salt, and 1 tablespoon of liquid dish soap. Mix all the ingredients thoroughly until the salt dissolves. Pour into a sprayer and apply directly on weeds during a hot, sunny day. The vinegar and salt dehydrate the weeds, while the soap helps the mixture stick to the leaves. Within hours, weeds wilt and die. Use this formula only for pathways, fence lines, and areas you don't want weeds because it can harm vegetables if sprayed directly on them. Step 1 is preparing your bed by cutting down existing weeds at soil level. Don't till or disturb the soil, just remove the top growth. Next, water the bed deeply to encourage soil organisms to thrive under the mulch. Lay down a layer of plain cardboard or several sheets of newspaper, overlapping the edges to block any gaps. This acts as a weed barrier while still allowing water to penetrate. On top of this, pile organic mulch 6 to 8 inches thick. So, around those delicate seedlings, you'll want to pull the mulch back just a bit, giving the stems some space, but still keeping the ground covered everywhere else. And, each year, it's important to add more mulch as the old layer breaks down and decomposes. Now, commercial herbicides, they might kill weeds quickly, but they don't do anything for the health of your soil. In fact, many of them disrupt the microbial life and leave residues behind. But the Amish system, on the other hand, is completely regenerative. Mulch. It turns into rich humus, attracting earthworms and beneficial fungi. Soil moisture is retained, which means less watering is needed. And the roots, they grow deeper and stronger in this living environment. Over time, the soil becomes so healthy that plants naturally outcompete the weeds. It's a self-sustaining cycle where you grow food while those pesky weeds just fade away. Amish gardens, they're really known for their neatness, with clean, weed-free pathways between the beds. The secret here is using deep mulch in the paths as well. A thick layer of wood chips, straw, or sawdust is spread in walking areas, often over a cardboard base. Some Amish families even sprinkle that vinegar-salt spray on paths a few times during the season to make sure nothing grows there. This creates tidy, dry walkways that double as extra weed barriers around your planting beds. Stick with this method for even a single season, and honestly, you'll notice a huge reduction in weeds. By the second or third year, the difference is dramatic. Weed seeds remain buried and dormant, while the soil underneath gets darker, richer, and more alive. Your workload shifts from constant weeding to just occasional mulching and light upkeep. Crops grow stronger and produce higher yields because they're no longer competing with weeds for nutrients and water. Some gardeners give up on mulching too soon because they apply it too thinly. A 1-inch layer won't stop weeds. It really has to be thick and consistent. Others forget to replenish mulch as it breaks down, and that lets sunlight reach the soil. Always maintain full coverage. Another mistake is spraying the vinegar-salt formula too close to garden plants. This mixture is non-selective, meaning it will kill any greenery it touches. So, use it wisely only where needed. The Amish prove that you don't need modern machines or expensive chemicals to maintain a weed-free garden. What you need is a system rooted in observation and patience. Nature wants to cover soil. If you work with that instinct, covering it with mulch instead of leaving it bare, you create conditions that naturally suppress weeds. Add in a few strategic sprays for paths, and you have the blueprint for a garden that practically takes care of itself. Weeds steal your energy, rob your crops of nutrients, and make gardening feel like endless labor, but you don't have to live that way. By adopting the Amish secret of permanent mulch and natural weed control, you can create a garden that is productive, beautiful, and virtually weed-free, without ever touching a tiller again. If you're ready to take your gardening to the next level, start today. Lay down that mulch, mix up your natural spray, and see how quickly weeds stop being the enemy. And hey, if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the Master Gardener channel and share this with fellow gardeners. Together, we can grow smarter, not harder.